We'll dive in. We'll have a little bit of fun. The caffeine has already kicked in. Do you guys hear like my loose tongue?
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I am a jewelry designer. I make all sorts of fun things. I just put these on because I figured it'd be easier to show.
That's so smart, girl. Like you're selling it and not even telling it. Go on, queen. Go on. I love that. Okay.
So I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and I have been stuck in like this creative rut for like 3 months. And I'm wondering, like, sorry, it's just, there's been a lot of personal stuff going on. And I'm wondering, like, what do you suggest when you have this business that you run by yourself? You don't have somebody like pushing you, you know, it's like, it's just you. So like, what do you, any advice?
Well, number one, I have to say before we go on, thank you for coming on and having the courage, because you're popping on, and at the end of the 24-hour viewing period, there are going to be thousands of people who watch this. And for you to stand up and say, hey, I'm feeling uncreative, and hey, I'm in a rough spot, and hey, not every day as a business owner is a great day, means a lot. And there's a lot of people who are feeling the same way. And when you're a creative entrepreneur, you feel like your lack of creativity affects like your ability to show up as you. Like it's become part of your identity, and then when you don't have it, you feel less than. Now, other people who aren't in the creative field, like they don't know how to understand it, but I'm saying I have been there. I continue to go through these laps. Now, the only way that you can actually get through is if you move through. But I'm going to say something that's a little counterintuitive, and that moving can also mean just sitting still. Like moving, because so often it's like we're fighting and we're flailing, but we don't know the direction we're going, and so we feel exhausted, and then we turn into self-hate and self-question because you're like, I'm doing all the things and it's not working. But you're doing all the things and it's not working because it's not coming from the truest part of you. And we're so scared of taking a step back, because if we take a step back, if we step in solitude, if we take 10 or 15 days off social media, we think we run a higher risk of failing, of losing the momentum that we've built up. But by you kicking against the goat and by you running into the wind, your progress is slowed. Like, what would it look like for you to say, how do I need to heal for my personal things? And then how do I derive satisfaction or creativity? And that could be, everybody's different. That could be, for the next 15 days, I'm going to wake up an hour early and I'm going to take a hot bath and I'm going to stretch. You're like shifting something in your mind. I'm going to go on an hour. I'm going to do something decadent. I'm going to go on an hour walk. I'm going to drive 2 hours to get to the nearest museum. And there I'm going to walk through. I'm going to have tomato soup and a grilled cheese and a glass of wine in the middle of the day. And then I'm going to walk with vendors. And I'm going to take my iPhone out and I'm just going to shoot. You might not even be you're just like, I need to be creative. I need to go to poetry readings. I need to go to independent movie theaters. I need to just binge on Netflix and watch dark, movies. Like I need to do things that make my mind turn off and see the world slightly differently. As a creative, the best thing you can do is self-care to get you back to seeing the world in your unique way. If all you're doing is trying to stay busy for fear of letting go of the momentum you've built up, you're actually losing momentum in a slower amount of time, instead of just saying, I'm stopping, I'm breathing, I need this, I'm gonna journal, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna travel. And even if you don't have money, go to a park. Spend $12. Go to a movie theater. Meet with friends. Do something that is so counterintuitive. Ask whoever is around. Say, hey, do you have time for a 2-hour lunch? I want to do something that's so unexpected. And the best piece of advice, and this is where I'm ending because clearly I talked too much. The best piece of advice that I got when I was feeling my worst is that in order to find out your purpose, which as a creative, our creativity and our purpose in perfect alignment leaves us the most satisfied, is that when we look away from what we do not have, lack, and want of other things, and we help other people, we volunteer, we write something, we show up, we give unexpectedly of our time in a place that we would assume we don't find creativity. So perhaps at a homeless shelter, perhaps at a soup kitchen, perhaps volunteering at Vacation Bible School at your church, perhaps just volunteering for a PT meeting and you don't have any kids and you're like, I'm just here to stack chairs. Perhaps you see something that shifts you in such a way that you go back to being you. So when you take the attention off yourself and you give it to others, it sparks creativity. But then also giving yourself the permission to do things completely unexpected and take a step back to understand what you need is just as valuable. I think those two things could be the biggest shifts for your business.
That's like exactly what I have two different things that I'm thinking about volunteering for, and I've been kind of like praying, like, should I do it? Like, do I take my time? And so I think that's
the answer is yes.
I think
oh
that's
my God,
answer.
I just have the chills right now.
That's crazy. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Good. What I would love is for you not to go in with the expectation that you're going to find creativity, but that you go in with the openness that you could perhaps have creativity sparked. And so in that regard, I would love if you kept me posted, even with the DM. Like, I just want to know. We don't expect amazing things, but we hope for them. And I hope that you hold on to that.
Thank you so much.